Today I'm going to teach lady fingers, or which are also known as sponges, commonly used in tiramisu. So this is the base sponge that we'll be learning today. I hope you have eaten tiramisu before. And the coffee soap sponges that we have is what we'll be making now. So I'm just changing the view so we understand and take a look at the ingredients. And I would like to know if you have your ingredients with you as well. And please match the ingredients as we go. Before we start with the actual process, I would like to let you know how it works. So first we are going to go through the ingredients. Then we follow instructions as in on the go. You will just watch and learn first, and then understand how it's done, and then you will follow through by actually doing this step. So I would request you not to do anything unless and until instructed to do so. Alright? If you understand, then please raise your hand or just give a thumbs up. So as you can see, I have all the ingredients lined up. I measured and pre-sifted the flour, which is about 65 grams. And I have my caster sugar, which is 100 grams. We'll be dividing that using it in two batches. I have my corn flour, and we are using the zest of a lemon, and we'll be using part of lemon juice. We also have vanilla essence here, and of course we're using 3 eggs. I hope you all have the ingredients with you, because I cannot see the ingredients. I can only see your face. So I would request if you can change the angle to the workstation. Mr. Bhavesh, yeah, great. Bhavesh, what you can do is line up your baking tray with a parchment paper, and we'll be baking it on the top level of the microwave oven, or or the OTG oven that you have. So we'll have this ready, and we set it aside. Do you have an electric whisk beater? We'll be needing that, or a handheld whisk is alright if you don't have the beater. So one can use a whisk as well as a substitute. Only thing, it will take more time. Should I begin? So what we do is we begin by separating the egg. Egg, as we all know, has a tapered end and a wide end. So we crack the egg on 3/4 level. Protein and the yolk are below, and we get the free space so nothing pops out. We're going to start by cracking the egg. And we are separating it. So have 2 bowls ready without any water. Has to be completely dry. We do not want any water drops. And if you have an extra, please go ahead and use that, or you can just use your hand, or even the egg itself can be used to separate. I have perfect bitter. Again. Start by the eggs. At any given point, if the yolk accidentally breaks, make sure you quickly transfer it and don't let any yolk drops into the egg white. This is another way. You crack open half the egg and you just shuffle it, and in the process you separate the yolk from the egg white. I hope everybody's got this. Now what we do is the egg white, we are going to place it in the freezer until we work with other ingredients. Why so? It's because many people use a water bucket, an ice bucket method to beat egg yolks, egg whites, so that we have a fluffier egg white. However, if we place it in the fridge, all that hassle is saved and you get a very nicely fluffed egg white. So I'm going to place it in the freezer on the top shelf. I'll come back. I hope everybody has done the same. Yes, can I have a thumbs up if you have? In another bowl, again dry, we are going to sift all our ingredients. So I'm taking the flour and the corn flour powder. I'm saving a little, don't add all. We'll be using this in the egg whites. So all the dry ingredients except for the sugar. We'll just sift it once. This helps in adding air and loosening up the flour, also purifying it and if there are any particles in the dry flour. Yes, Bhavish? You have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is maida. This is refined flour. Maida.
Maida.
Grams.
And how much?
65 grams.
65 grams.
Please measure it in a measuring cup or a weighing scale if you have. So we keep this aside.
Ma'am, maida then?
We've added maida.
Okay.
Then we've added corn flour.
Corn flour.
Approximately 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of corn flour.
Corn flour, yes. But we save a little. We're not adding it all. We're saving like a teaspoonful for later. Yes, Bhavesh, have you got it?
Or ma'am?
Do you have any difficulty?
Yes, a little bit.
On what? Difficulty with
1
what?
tablespoon of corn flour, right?
1 tablespoon is around 15 grams.
1 tablespoon. Okay, ma'am. And then sugar?
Sugar we are not adding to this mixture. We leave it aside. We've only added corn flour and refined flour, which is maida. We sifted it once and we just placing it aside. Now we work with the Bhavesh, have you sifted the flour?
And 3 ingredients, corn flour, maida and...
You have to, yes, you have to listen carefully. I have only added 2 ingredients, which is refined flour and corn flour.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Great. Have you got the 2 ingredients?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. So, I'm moving on to the next step. Do we all have a lime or lemon?
Okay, ma'am.
And zester, please get it. Yeah, zester or a grater. So very gently we are going to grate the skin of the lime until we see a white surface, very lightly. We do not want the white, we only want the green surface. To use the white of a lime, it is bitter and we don't want the bitterness in our product. So approximately zest of half a lime to 1 lime, depends on your taste. So I prefer a whole lime here. Very gently. Can you see? Yeah. So I have, which is because all the oils from the lemon are in the skin and this is enough to flavor our eggs. Also, I'm using juice of lemon. So I'm just going to use about 1/4 lemon juice. Yeah, 1/4 wedge of a lime. We'll add that. Now we take our egg yolk. Okay, we have all the components ready right in front of us. I hope everybody is following everybody has these things ready, okay, and vanilla essence. So what we do is we add half of sugar that we have. We all have 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of powdered sugar. Okay, so I'm adding that to the egg yolk. We'll add the lemon zest. We add the vanilla. We work with all liquids together. So about a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of vanilla is good. 1 teaspoon is 5 grams, 5 ml. So accordingly you can add the vanilla. And starting the mixer now, the beater. And we are going to beat for about a minute until the mixture is pale yellow in color and the sugar is dissolved, of course. See, nice and pale yellow in color. At this stage, I would like to preheat the oven to 180 degrees, and I would request you to get to the same stage that I am. So beat for about a minute until your mixture is pale in color and the sugar is dissolved. The oven is preheating, and I hope everybody's got the egg yolks ready. Egg yolk mixture is ready. So now what we do is we take the flour mixture, we add it to the yolk, beaten yolk mixture. And we are going to very lightly add it. And then we cut and fold. Cutting and folding ensures that there is air, incorporation of air, and the mixture is not deflated. So please cut and fold, do not just vigorously mix. Be very gentle and incorporate the flour with the yolk mixture. So we have something like this. Okay. Now what we do is we set this aside and we go get our egg whites that are in the freezer. If you can see, to know if this is perfect, the edges of the egg yolk has frozen. So this is the consistency we are looking for. Frozen edges of the egg yolk, which is perfect to start whisking. However, we need to clean the blades. We don't need any liquid or any serious mixture. So I'm just going to clean this and dry it and then use it. And I would request you to do the same. Otherwise, the mixture, the egg whites will not rise and they will not fluff up. Can I have a look at the egg yolk mixture? And please do not over whisk it or over beat it, otherwise it will tend to curdle. So we just want it in, and that's about it. And see the color and the consistency. I want to see the same. I hope everybody has this ready. I'm going to start whisking the egg whites. We need to whisk it for about 5 minutes, and and later add the corn flour to it. So I'm starting the Right now I have soft peak stage. When I pull the blades out, the peaks drop down. At this stage, I'm going to add the corn flour and the remaining sugar. So we have sweetened egg whites, and continue whisking till I get hard peak consistency. I have a hard peak or dull peak as it looks when you pick the machine up. The consistency is perfect. The peaks just fall off, and if I invert the bowl, this will not fall. So the test is you have to invert the bowl and still it's intact. So we are looking at this consistency. With a hand whisk, you will have to whisk for about 45 minutes to get this consistency. Now what we do is, we have to combine the two. However, the density is different. So what we do is, we take 1/4 mixture. Yes, Bhavish, you have a doubt?
मैम मेरी एग वाइट की जो कंसिस्टेंसी है वो लिक्विड जैसी बननी है.
To keep whisking, and because you're using a hand beater, the machine that you're using to beat the eggs, it has a, I think it doesn't have a beater attached. Hand mixer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So with hand mixer, it's difficult to get this consistency because it has a blade to it.
Okay, ma'am.
You have a whisk?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a food processor?
No, ma'am.
No. What about mixer with a 4-blade attachment?
No, ma'am.
Well then, I think you should just continue whisking with the hand mixer.
Okay,
it will
ma'am.
take a while. I hope it was frozen mixture. Did you place it in the freezer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And were the edges frozen?
What, ma'am?
Did the edges freeze? Was it ice? Was there ice on the edges?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, so we need to have ice on the edges of the egg yolk. That is what I was trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Unless you don't have ice, it's not ready yet to start beating it, you know.
Okay.
However, it doesn't matter now. Just continue whisking it in a smaller bowl with a, you know, where the beater reaches it completely.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, I think the glass should work fine. Continue with beating it in that. Is it coming together, Bhavesh?
No, ma'am.
Well, if it's liquid, then I think you will have to use another set of eggs, because once it plates, then it is not going to rise whatsoever. You have to be very careful and listen to instructions.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I mentioned there has to be ice on the edges and the egg yolk has to be frozen before you start whisking, then it has to be frozen. Otherwise, the product will not turn out good, and then there will be wastage of ingredients.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a lesson to learn that you need to follow instructions. However, I'm going to continue. You can watch. And by whisking the egg whites, or if you want to change it, you can change it and continue. Use cold eggs from the fridge. So now I'm going to take 1/4 mixture. I'm adding it to the egg yolk mixture. And I'm going to very lightly cut and fold and incorporate the egg whites in this. Doing so, the bubbles are added to this and the viscosity of the egg mixture is reduced. So it easily combines with the mixture and it will not deflate it. And while doing so, make sure you are incorporating air. Can you see how I am mixing it? I'm cutting and folding, cutting and folding. This is the only thing that is happening here. So now, can you see the consistency? Now we are ready to add the remaining mixture. With this, the egg yolk being a heavier mixture, we are not going to put it into the egg whites. Otherwise, it will again deflate it. We are going to put the egg whites to the egg yolk. So I have a very nicely combined mixture. So the oven is ready. What we're going to do is get the baking tray out. The parchment or butter sheet is already lined. I'm going to take the piping bag. This has a hole already. This is a silicone bag that I'm using. If you have disposable piping bags, you can use it well. So we get disposable bags. Very nice. For this particular thing, you can use the piping bag directly, or you can use a round nozzle. I am going to use it directly. So to set up your piping bag, you need a glass and you need to piping bag on it for ease of handling. So this way, when you're adding any mixture, the piping bag is not coated with the batter You're easy to handle, easy to pour. So we start by taking the mixture and putting it in the piping bag without messing things in the kitchen. You can work in batches. If you have a larger oven, you can use the entire batch at once. Otherwise, you can do it in 2 batches, and depends on the size of the piping bag and the comfort level and how comfortable you're holding in the quantity at once. While filling the bag about, and what we do is to close it, I'm going to twist the top, and the batter eventually moves down towards the nozzle, and we keep the tip on the mixture because any excess will fall back into, just to check. Yeah, so check the consistency. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is we pipe as per the requirement. A standard is 4 inches long. And you just lift. And we keep an inch space from each other and just lift. So these are about 2 inches long. This is a very good dessert liner. If you need any sponges in any dessert to soak up liquid, these are very perfect. Especially tiramisu and sponge cakes, cheesecakes, chocolate cake. I'm going to try one here. The remaining batter will be used later. I'm keeping it aside. So I have the oven is hot and I'm putting it in the oven, and we are going to bake it at a temperature of 180 degrees for 10 minutes. Before we put it in the oven, we need to drizzle it with caster sugar. So we have an additional golden tint to it once it starts baking. So very lightly. Just a hint of caster sugar, icing sugar or caster sugar, and we place it in the oven now. At 180 for 10 minutes. Bhavesh, how is the egg yolk mixture coming up? Egg whites? Is this egg white or egg yolk? It's egg whites.
And both.
So you combine them together. Alright, what
Yes,
you can do now that the batter is created, will not waste it, you can add refined flour to it. Add about 50 grams more and you can make a cake.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, just add little 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil to it, butter.
Yes.
Add some more refined flour and just bake it as a cake. So at least you're not wasting it.
Okay, ma'am.
You can put it in the oven, in fact, won't take time.
I have microwave. So,
Microwave convection oven, right?
okay.
First, let's preheat. In the meanwhile, you can finish off the batter.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So we preheat for 5 minutes and refine flour. Mind you, do not microwave it. We want to bake the cake. So we're going to put it on oven mode or bake mode or convection mode that is there on your microwave. You can show me the mixture and get more maida, and we'll add maida to it.
Ma'am, how much?
What is that?
Baking powder.
Baking powder should be about 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon, not more than that.
Okay, ma'am.
If you add too much, there'll be a mountain in the middle. If you add too little, there'll be a hole in your cake. We work with tablespoons and baking soda or baking powder. You don't need a lot. 1/4 teaspoon or half teaspoon should be okay. You can take it out. You have a mountain in the middle of the cake. The cake will rise from the center if you have too much. Yeah. I think that's enough.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, perfect. Now add 2 tablespoons of oil. Now use the
Tablespoon. And this is
What is that measure?
1 tablespoon.
Are you sure? Did you check?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, then go ahead.
And 1 or 2 tablespoon.
First we'll add 1 and we'll check how it's coming. And then we'll add the second.
Okay, ma'am.
I think you will have to add half cup of flour to it. Very lightly, Bhavesh. Go easy on the cake. Yeah, I think it looks good. Now please, you have a cake mold or what are you going to bake?
Baking bowl.
Are you going to bake the cake in this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please apply some butter or oil to it very lightly.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you applied oil?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now please pour the batter without touching the sides. Now 10 minutes are over and I'm just going to keep it for 5 more minutes for browning at 200 degrees.
I'm done.
Yes, this is right. Do you have a cake stand or a grill for the microwave?
Yes, we have grill.
Yeah, place the grill and then place the bowl on top of it and then bake. Yeah, perfect. Does these look perfect? Perfectly brown and lovely texture. What we have to do is we have to let them cool. Let it cool and we take them out from the heat up in 5 minutes or so. These are also known as lady fingers or saviordies. You have to separate them after a minute from the baking sheet, otherwise they will stick to it. And you can store them in airtight container for up to 2 weeks and use it as and when required. Perfect. Once they cool, they harden. Right now they're soft, but I'll just break and feel the texture. It's like a soft sponge which will soak up any liquid and add nice flavor and texture to your dessert. So once they cool, you will hear a knocking noise on it. We have various modules, so you can check with Seema and on the website. I hope you can see. Yeah, we're done for today. The lady fingers or salad beans are ready.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Have a good day.